Hello, my friends, and welcome. My name is Dr. William Harris, and I'm truly grateful you've chosen to spend a few moments with me today. After more than 30 years of walking alongside older adults, listening to their stories, and sharing their challenges, I've learned something important. Lasting health isn't about drastic or complicated changes. It's about small, consistent habits, simple steps that allow us to stay independent, joyful, and connected with the people we love. Before we dive in, let me gently invite those of you who are new here. If you find comfort, encouragement, or hope in what we share together, I would be honored if you click subscribe and tap the notification bell. That way, you won't miss the practical, natural tips we uncover each week. Tips designed to make your later years not only healthier, but richer and more fulfilling. On this channel, you'll discover down-to-earth practices especially crafted for those of us over 60. From nutrition and lifestyle tweaks to bedtime rituals and morning routines, every idea is meant to help you live with more clarity, more vitality, and more freedom. Because aging should never mean losing the joy of reading your favorite book, watching a sunset, or seeing the sparkle in your grandchildren's eyes. Now let's face a reality many of us know all too well. Tired, blurry, or dry eyes, especially at night. Maybe the words on the page aren't as sharp as they used to be. Or those oncoming headlights feel painfully bright. It can be frustrating, even discouraging. But here's the part that may surprise you. Your eyes still have the ability to heal and refresh themselves, especially while you sleep. And the secret might not be in expensive treatments or risky procedures. It could be in simple oils already sitting quietly in your kitchen. The difference between waking up with cloudy vision and opening your eyes to clarity could come down to just a spoonful of the right oil before bed. So what are these oils and how can you use them tonight to repair your eyes naturally? Let's discover the truth together right now. Let me ask you a simple question. Have you ever sat down in the evening, poured yourself a glass of water, and suddenly noticed how dry or tired your eyes felt? Almost as if your eyes were thirsty, begging for moisture, just like your throat wanted that drink. That burning, gritty, blurry sensation is something I hear all the time from men and women over 60. And here's the gentle truth. Just as water refreshes the body, the right oils can refresh, protect, and even repair your eyes. Let's begin with something so familiar, it might be sitting in your kitchen right now. Olive oil. Most people think of it for cooking, drizzling over salads, or maybe for skincare. But olive oil is also a quiet guardian of your eyes. Rich in vitamin E and powerful polyphenols, it helps fight oxidative stress, the very process that slowly damages delicate eye tissues as we age. I'll never forget Margaret, one of my patients in her late 60s. She adored reading mystery novels before bed, but her eyes betrayed her. After just a few chapters, they burned and ached so much that she had to set her books aside. She told me it felt like losing a dear friend. When I suggested adding a teaspoon of extra virgin olive oil to her evening routine, drizzled over steamed vegetables or taken with a bit of warm water, she looked skeptical. But 6 weeks later, Margaret returned with a sparkle in her eyes. "Doctor," she said, "I can read again at night. My eyes don't scream at me anymore." What changed? Not magic, but nourishment. The antioxidants in olive oil acted like a protective shield, guarding her eyes from the daily assault of light, pollution, and time. They also supported the tiny blood vessels around her eyes, improving circulation so oxygen and nutrients could reach her retinas. So, let me ask you, have you ever tried using olive oil in the evening, not just for cooking, but as a way to care for your eyes? If you have, share your experience below. And if you haven't, would you be willing to add just a spoonful tonight and see what happens? If you'd consider it, drop a number 1 in the comments so I'll know you're thinking about it. Now, let me share a story because sometimes a single life speaks louder than research papers. Robert, a retired teacher in his 70s, came to see me with a heavy heart. He had started to see halos around lights at night. Driving home from family dinners had become stressful, even frightening. He confessed to me, "Doctor, I feel like I'm losing my independence." His eyes weren't just aging, they were inflamed. Tiny blood vessels weren't delivering nutrients the way they used to, and I knew what he needed. Flaxseed oil. This golden oil is rich in omega-3 fatty acids, nature's balm against inflammation. Omega-3s keep blood vessels flexible, support tear production, and reduce the oxidative damage that robs us of clarity. I suggested Robert add just a tablespoon of flaxseed oil to his evening yogurt. Nothing complicated, nothing expensive. After 3 months, he came back with a grin I'll never forget. "Doctor," he said, "I drove last night without fear." The lights didn't blind me. I feel like I've got my freedom back. That's the power of flaxseed oil. It's not just about clearer sight. It's about independence, dignity, and the simple joy of getting behind the wheel without fear. So tell me, have you ever struggled with night driving or had to give up reading before bed because your eyes just couldn't keep up? Would you be open to trying flaxseed oil as your evening companion? If so, share in the comments. Your story might encourage someone else who's quietly struggling. Here's something surprising. Castor oil, the same thick liquid many of us remember as a childhood remedy, is making a comeback in eye health. You might raise an eyebrow, but modern science supports it. A study in the Indian Journal of Ophthalmology found that castor oil eye drops improved tear stability and eased dry eye symptoms significantly. Imagine that, a humble oil helping your eyes hold on to precious moisture. Now, I want to be clear, don't go pouring castor oil into your eyes straight from the bottle. That would be unsafe. But cold-pressed, hexane-free castor oil, when used properly in safe formulations, can nourish the meibomian glands, those tiny oil glands in your eyelids that keep your tears from evaporating too quickly. I remember Elaine, a grandmother, who told me, "Doctor, every blink feels like sandpaper." Her words cut me deeply. We tried many approaches, but when she started using a safe castor oil preparation, her relief was profound. "Doctor," she said weeks later, "I can blink without pain. My eyes stay moist through the night." Think about that. The difference between waking up with scratchy, burning eyes and waking up in comfort could come from an oil that's been sitting in medicine cabinets for generations. Doesn't it make you wonder how many other simple remedies nature has left within arm's reach? Have you ever woken up with eyes so dry and irritated you wanted to squeeze them shut again? What did you try? And did it work? Share your experience below. Someone else might be waiting for your words to give them courage. When I reflect on olive oil, flaxseed oil, and castor oil, I don't see them as isolated cures. I see them as threads in a larger tapestry, where food, nature, and the body's own resilience weave together to create healing. Your eyes, even after 60, are not past repair. They are still alive, still breathing, still capable of renewal. Picture your eyes as the windows of a beloved home. Over decades, dust, rain, and storms cloud the glass and stiffen the hinges, but with a little care, polishing, protecting, oiling, the windows shine again. They may not be brand new, but they can still open wide, letting in light and life. That's what these oils do. They polish the glass, strengthen the frame, and keep the hinges moving smoothly. And that, my friends, is the true gift. Not just sharper vision, but fuller living. Being able to enjoy a newspaper without squinting, watching a sunset without strain, driving to see family without fear, looking into the faces of your grandchildren and seeing every sparkle in their eyes. So I'll leave you with this question. Which of these oils surprised you the most today? Was it the everyday olive oil, the omega-rich flaxseed oil, or the humble castor oil you thought belonged only in old remedies? Share your thoughts in the comments, because your story might be the spark that inspires someone else tonight to care for their eyes, and tomorrow to wake up with hope. Thank you, my friends, for spending this time with me today. I know your days are filled with responsibilities, family, and your own quiet routines, so the fact that you chose to sit here and listen means more than you may realize. If there's one thought I'd like you to carry with you after this video, it's this. It is never too late to care for your eyes, never too late to nurture your health. No matter your age, your body still responds to kindness, still welcomes nourishment, still has the power to heal in its own gentle way. Think of it this way. Big changes rarely come from grand gestures. They come from the small, steady steps we take each day. A spoonful of oil in the evening, a glass of water by your bedside, a moment to rest your eyes instead of pushing through strain. These little habits may seem ordinary, but over time they become extraordinary. They protect your independence, allow you to enjoy the pages of a book, the glow of a sunset, or the sparkle in your grandchildren's laughter. And remember, you don't have to do this journey alone. There are thousands of us here, all walking the same road of aging with grace and determination. By sharing your story, your struggles, and even your small victories, you not only strengthen yourself, but also encourage someone else who may feel they're walking alone. So before you go, I'd love for you to join the conversation. Which oil will you try first? Olive, flaxseed, or castor? Leave the number 1, 2, or 3 in the comments below so we can learn from each other. And if something you heard today surprised you, let me know. I read every comment with care. If you found this video helpful, I invite you to give it a like, share it with a friend who may need a little encouragement, and subscribe so you won't miss the next gentle step we take together. Take heart, my friends. Small choices tonight can bring brighter mornings tomorrow.